Welcome back. This is CN2 Sports. I'm Morgan Cox, and joined with me today is Ken Halpin, the Athletic Director for Winthrop. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Yes, thank you for coming in and meeting with us.
Absolutely.
So you were just appointed to the NCAA Division I Council.
Yeah.
So very exciting. A lot of us know what the NCAA is, but might not really know what that council means.
Right.
So will you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's for those of you out there that aren't governance junkies with the NCAA. So around 2014, the NCAA's legislative body voted to enact this council structure, and I think it's safe to say that it was a response in, the older council structure was, the legislative structure was driven by presidents.
Yeah.
And the more that college and university operations become complex, the more a president has to basically pay attention to. And the more complex athletics becomes, the harder it is to expect a group of presidents to make informed decisions on this unbelievably complicated landscape. And so a decision was made to organize essentially what's called the D1 Council, which is a group of directors of athletics, senior women administrators, student athletes, faculty athletic reps, people who live and breathe the world of college athletics every day, to be the legislative body that evaluates, proposes, and either votes to move forward or not move forward legislative actions in this increasingly complex world of intercollegiate athletics. And then at the same time, what came into be at the same time as the D1 Council is the concept of, I think what people are more familiar with is the autonomy conferences, or the Power Five. So the autonomy side of it came because of the differences between sort of those Power Five and the resources they have, and sort of the gap between that and everyone else, created different needs in different universes, giving them freedom and flexibility to maybe pass legislation that's not necessarily applicable, that everyone else doesn't have to adopt if they don't want to. So it's kind of the summary on what the council is and around when it came to be.
Yeah, that was awesome. So how did you get into this?
So my approach is a little unique. So I was hired at Winthrop in 2016. At the time, the representative for the Big South Conference was the athletic director at Longwood, Troy Austin.
Okay.
And not too long ago, he accepted a position on the senior leadership team at Duke, where he was a former student athlete.
Okay.
And he's great friend of mine, unbelievably intelligent person and administrator. And so then what had to happen is, as a conference, the Big South Conference had to decide who to nominate to be selected back to the D1 Council. And so several names were come up and nominated to take Troy's place to finish out the remainder of his term.
Okay.
And the person that was selected by I believe it's the legislative committee. I'm still learning a little bit about the council pieces, because there are several committees within the council, selected me to be the representative for the conference. And so I'll serve the remainder of this term, and I believe I'm eligible to be elected for another term if I don't burn the place down in the process.
That's awesome. Very excited to have someone in our neck of the woods on this council. So what does this mean for Winthrop and for our community? What
it means is, everybody watches the world of college athletics and has opinions. And I think the universe of the NCAA is hard to navigate because there are so many complex decisions, and there are a lot more media opinions and a lot more general fan opinions, not just about the sport itself, but how it's governed. And so I think what it does is it gives us a chance to represent Winthrop and the Big South Conference, our voice in the entire NCAA landscape. Because I keep saying, as it evolves and it grows, it becomes more complex. But there are so many competing interests. This just gives us a seat at the table. Unless of course I sit there and don't say anything. I hope that won't be the case. But what it does is it gives us a chance to advocate, to make the student athlete experience for our athletes in our community, to make our representation as university for what it means to have for our Rock Hill as a college town and a college athletics town. It gives us a chance to advocate for rules to evolve in a way that keeps in mind the best possible experience for our students and our community as well. So that's kind of the way we like to think about it. And then for me, I think there's a little bit of element of a chance to maybe insert the universe of what sustainability looks like in the NCAA, and bring up ideas that maybe 5 years ago were controversial that today might be more palatable, and really explore the edge of what's possible in new ideas, and creating new solutions for how to make the experience for all of our student athletes as absolutely impactful as possible.
That's awesome, and I'm excited to see what you can do on the council. It sounds like a great position too.
Yeah.
So also wanted to get in there real quick. If you haven't been to a Winthrop basketball game, just wanted to let y'all know, y'all play this Saturday, right?
We do. We host High Point this Saturday, and then the Thursday, January 24th is another big one because ESPN is coming to town for ESPNU. All of our games are on ESPN Plus, but that one will be televised on national television, ESPNU. But as will, even though we're on the road, this Thursday we're playing at Campbell.
Okay.
They've got the leading scorer in the conference, so that's a really big game, obviously. But and then I can't sit here and not celebrate also that Winthrop women's basketball for the first time in a long time has started conference play out 2-0.
That's awesome.
And I'm telling you, we were picked to finish last, and we're 2-0.
Wow.
Our girls are on fire right now.
Yeah.
They're playing their hearts out, and they're overachieving. And so both on the men's and women's side, we're competing at a high level right now.
Yeah.
So it's never been a better time to come to the Coliseum and watch basketball. Men or women, we've got two unbelievably talented teams, and we've got space if you're interested. Come on down, give us a call.
That's awesome. Like you said, get out there if you haven't seen a Winthrop game. I've been a few, and they are so much fun. So thank you so much for coming in today and speaking with me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that'll do it for CN2 Sports. Back to you at the desk.